Cares for Kids is a Keller Williams Realty-founded charity in which 100% of money raised goes directly to children in need in our area. Cares for Kids helps fund local organizations like Angel's House, Coweta Casa, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today to learn more on how to be involved, or text K4K Newnan to 44321 to donate.
WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, home of Southern sports and talk. Newnan, Sharpsburg, Franklin.
In the market for either buying or selling your home? City First Mortgage Service, LLC is the first place for all your needs. Branch Manager John P. Lewis and his staff can serve you with a smile and professional courtesy. Serving Georgia, Alabama, Florida, 770-598-0860. John P. Lewis, City First Mortgage Service, LLC. We place you first.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
When you hear music, do the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level? I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key for our show Lyrical Wisdom. Every week we will dive into the lyrics of songs and uncover hidden messages that we hope will leave you feeling inspired and enlightened. We know that our ideas may not always line up with yours, so this show will be an open discussion. Email us with ideas for songs at lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Let's share some wisdom together.
Date night at the movies.
I got popcorn. Shh. Sorry. And some candy.
Getting back to the moments we miss.
Shush.
Starts with getting informed. Get the latest info about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
It's now time for the House of Light presents The Wisdom Cafe, each and every week at this time on 99.1 FM WQEE. Here's this week's special.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the House of Light presents Wisdom Cafe. I'm here this morning with a very special guest from a very special place. How are you, Ryan? You're good? Yes, good. You're good. Yes, all right. So I would like to introduce Paulo from Southern Arc Dance Studio here in Newnan, Georgia. We are partnering with Paulo. We are actually creating a beautiful experience, which is Signature Sunday, and we're going to present this on several Sundays throughout the year. This is our second one. Last time we were on a Saturday though, but we've decided on Sunday now. I think that's a good day, right?
I think Sunday's wonderful.
Yes, and each time we do this, we are going to pretty much have a theme, right? Yeah. And so for this next adventure with Paulo on October the 8th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m., we are calling Signature Sunday.
Fall into yourself.
Fall into yourself. So, what is that going to be about? Welcome, Paulo.
Well, thank you. Paulo Manso de Souza, Southern Arc Dance Center. We're excited. Since the first one that we did, it's something we've wanted to do at the space. So Southern Art Dance is a large umbrella with lots of different things. And this just seemed, with my history in dance, so this whole, your language, your vocabulary, your voice has always been a part of my dancing. That whole meditation, yoga, massage, taking care of yourself. That had always been part of my personal dancing and a couple of my colleagues, which we found that helped us bring our performance on stage better. All that connection with ourselves and stress release, everything, all the whole conversation. So it just seemed natural that we would bring that into the dance center. And so knowing that you were in town, I reached out and we did our first one, which was really, really wonderful. And yeah, it's something we both, you and I have talked about it. We'd like to do at least until we know what the audience size is going to be. It all has to do with numbers. So if you don't show up, we can't keep doing it.
That's true. But your space is so beautiful. You have several large areas where we can really incorporate beautiful things to help you fall into yourself.
I hear that when people walk in, they naturally feel a creative love and an inclusivity, and that is exactly the dream and the idea of Southern Art Dance. It's for everybody. We're mainly a dance studio. We teach ages from 3 to adults. We have special classes for people with Parkinson's, a senior class. We have special needs class for children with different disabilities. We call that Dance Without Limits. So it's a really wonderful space. And we have the art gallery in the hallway. And every 3 months, different artists come in, all about education, all about bringing people together. So again, this signature now Sunday, and I like Sunday. We had Signature Day, right?
Signature Saturday, yes.
Signature Saturday. Signature Sunday seems like really nice.
Yes.
And it's exciting. There'll be meditation, there'll be yoga, sound therapy, there'll be movement, breathing, conversation, a meal. It's $40, but it does include a meal.
Yeah, it's a whole day of just falling into yourself and discovering different parts of yourself that perhaps need a little TLC.
Correct.
Because a lot of times we don't realize it, especially as we keep going through life and, you know, not even thinking about our physical bodies and whether or not we do take time to slow down, to even stop. I understand that meditate, when it's defined in its original form, actually means know thyself.
Interesting. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice. Meditate, know thyself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, people, when you speak of the word meditate, people see like a guru sitting cross-legged, holding up the little Om signal with his hands, eyes closed, and just zoned out, right? But you can meditate when you dance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you drive a car, I mean, meditation is
you're absolutely correct.
Thyself.
I think people are constantly meditating. They don't even know that they're meditating. If you're sitting and having a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or just by yourself at the beach or in your backyard, looking at a tree and thinking about something specific in your life, that is a source of meditation. I remember having a book, Learn How to Meditate. I was very young and I got this little book. I grew up in San Francisco, and so there was lots of shops, and I got this little book, Learn How to Meditate. And it was a wood covered. It was like the cover was wood.
Wow.
And it came with a piece of little sandpaper.
Huh.
And you had to sandpaper the edges. And I thought that was really interesting. I started reading. It came with it, and later on I found out that's what you were supposed to do. And that was a source of meditation.
Yeah.
Just that concentrating on doing something other than worrying about what you're going to do tomorrow, or just about being present. So basically the book was all about how to be present at the moment and enjoy that present. So I think we find throughout our lives, we find these moments where we are present and we feel release, we feel comfortable, we feel there, and we don't even know that that's a source of meditation. So,
yeah. So the day will probably start off that way, right? Breath work and meditation, and then maybe go into like a lunch, and I believe it is a discovery lunch.
It's a discovery lunch, yeah.
Right? In other words, we're going to learn a little bit about water and how real, pure, 9.5 alkaline water helps our bodies.
And digestion.
Yes, yes.
There's 1 or 2 lectures also in the event. I think it's a wonderful thing. From 10 to 4 on a Sunday it's a great time. And what's nice is that people will learn how to find those moments in their lives of, like we talked about, meditation and being calm and so forth, and realizing that that's what that is. So it's a conversation of just people being aware. You don't know until you know.
That's true. So that is true. And also, because of the way that it's structured, and that there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, the breath work, the meditation, the receiving of knowledge, the movement, and the sound therapy, you can also discover what it is that your body enjoys
and responds to.
Right. You may realize, I really like to dance.
Right. Yeah.
And when you discover that, it's those little moments of discovery that you're able to then take that and use it in your everyday life.
You say sound therapy. We all listen to music, and we all have our own taste of music. We're all different, so we all have different ideas of what music is and what suits. But each one of us has music that calms us down and makes us relax, whatever that sound is. And so that's what's great about sound therapy, because it touches all those tunes. And again, it's another conversation of him learning that, sound is, it's okay to hear music and feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, and I think the difference in sound therapy and just, cranking your radio in the car are the frequencies that are...
the vibrations of each
yes, each frequency, the word is escaping me right now, but it's on purpose.
Right.
In other words, each frequency of the bowl
targets a different
yes, something
a different chakra, some people call it chakra, some people call it different things, but
energy
touches,
center. Yes, it touches
something
different.
In you.
You can really feel it vibrating within your physical body.
Right.
Yeah, and
personally, I love the lower tones.
Yeah,
that heavy.
Yeah, because it's very grounding.
Right.
Those tones bring you back to earth, and you can really be grounded and be excited to be here.
Right.
Because this is, a lot of people, I think, in using meditation, do it to escape. And it's, like you said, designed to bring you more present, to be here now, and to live life on purpose, right?
I remember the very first time I used that. It was very young, and we were actually performing in San Francisco. It was a new work. It was Rite of Spring, and it was Stravinsky, very hard piece of music to count. And a friend of mine suggested, didn't even call it meditation, he just suggested, just go off to the side before and visualize yourself doing the entire ballet. Go from step to step, even your breath, just visualize you going through the entire ballet and what that feels like, and what you want to, and you have the freedom, because you're not doing it physically, you're doing it in your mind, you have the freedom to fix or adjust anything that you wanted. And it was an amazing performance.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting a standing ovation. I remember being completely present. And I was the satyr. That's the one that gets sacrificed.
But that's amazing that even now, how long ago would you say that was?
Oh my God, that was
years,
50 years ago.
Yeah. And that single moment in your life still
45.
still resonates within the body.
Yes.
Because of the feeling that it brought forth.
Yes.
And it was that feeling of, all these words are flooding in: accomplishment, of being present is really all it was about. In a moment of enjoyment.
Correct.
That was just pure joy and bliss.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that is powerful, because I've heard it throughout my life, how important the mind can be if you learn how to use it properly.
And they're using it now in business courses. Part of it is that theory of visualize it, see it, make it happen. The universe will give it to you. Try avoid any negative, but you have to see yourself. You have to see it and feel it. Feel it,
right?
And then it happens. Yeah.
So the big buzzword now that comes out of all this is called manifestation.
Manifestations. That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, this is how we do it. This is how we are designed as divine human beings, is to be able to visualize it and really feel it. And when that happens, you're right. It comes. The universe says, "Oh, that's what you want. Here you go."
I teach dance. I teach dance through that. I'm not interested in steps. Of course, steps are important. They're the geography. They're the architecture of a performance. But I don't want dancers to concentrate only on steps. I want them to know what that feels like. And each dancer is going to feel something else. So as I'm coaching, I will coach the lines of the body. I will coach the architecture of the movement. But they each have to find their own personal feeling behind that movement. And I think that makes it much more exciting. The other thing is, I often tell my dancers, visualize your dance. Close your eyes, the source of meditation. See yourself doing that role. See yourself performing it and feeling it.
So it sounds like what has been created through this Signature Sunday is the ability to do that, the ability to really fall into yourself, feel all the feelings in the body, even lunch, right? Lunch is included.
Right.
And while you're eating and savoring every single bite, you're living in that gratitude.
And it's healthy food for your body.
Yeah.
That we provide.
Yeah.
No, it's wonderful. Yeah. It's, again, we'll try to do it at least twice a year, and each we'll have one in the fall, we'll have one in spring, and of course I'll have themes to do what's happening in that season. You suggested fall into yourself because we're going into fall.
Yes.
And fall now is about shedding. It's about letting go naturally, without forcing, like leaves, like trees. They naturally shed their trees naturally shed their leaves as natural process of life. So,
Do you know that I read here recently that, I don't know how they did it, but scientists were able to create a tree that would not lose its leaves, and they had a small grove of them because they're working, trying to create things that won't. They really won't work. But anyway, they made these trees and made them keep their leaves. In other words, they artificially kept the season year round so that fall would never come.
Interesting.
And every tree died.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because you need that process. You
yes.
need that
there has to be a death and rebirth.
Yes.
Yes.
Rebirth, regenerating.
Our cells do that every 7 days. We create new cells. If we didn't, rejuvenate, there wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, we would be like those poor trees that were unable to shed their leaves. It was
grow new cells, new self.
Right.
I want to go back to that meditation and visualizing. I read somewhere that your brain does not know the difference between doing something real or doing something with your eyes closed. So if you're meditating and you see yourself doing dishes or whatever, writing a book or driving, riding a bicycle, whatever it is, painting, your brain thinks you're doing it for real. And so all that, whatever you're feeling, comes through your body.
You are correct. Yes, definitely. And it's been proven over and over and over again, and people still, I guess, question it because it does seem so simple to be able to just visualize yourself in the kind of life you want to live. And we just keep tripping ourselves up and saying, well, that's not possible. But yeah, think about a lemon. They bite into a lemon with your, just visualize biting into a lemon. Does
your body responds?
Your mouth starts getting watery. It's, yes, the physical body, it can't tell the difference if it's real or in the imagination. You are absolutely correct.
It's important for healing with so many diseases, so many things, that visualizing your body healthy and whole and wholesome. And we're not victims. We don't have to be victims. We can be.
Well, you don't know how much we at the House of Light really, really appreciates you opening up your space to allow something like this for the community, for people to be able to just take a day of self-care, self-love, of falling into yourself and letting go of all that life,
right.
that happens to us, whether we like it or not. It's coming, because we are human beings here on this beautiful planet called Earth. And to be able to come to a place as beautiful and welcoming and inspiring. It really, truly is inspiring when you walk in the door, because it does invite you to be creative. You have a special artist right now. That's, I love that artwork walking in the hall.
So right now it's the month of Hispanic Heritage. So we have 7 artists, Hispanic artists, and we're celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Month with art. But in the ballroom, there is one painter, and it kind of falls into this, what we're talking about, in an abstract way. His paintings are about mental health. And when you look at them, everyone thought they were Halloween pictures because they're full of skeletons. There's a skeleton eating. There's a skeleton opening the refrigerator. There's a guy sitting in the sofa and he's surrounded by skeletons. And nobody got it until he started explaining that it was about mental health. And the skeletons are those skeletons that people have who suffer with mental health have. They feel that skeletal, they feel invisible, they feel ugly, they don't feel... So it's kind of interesting that they're going to be in the ballroom as we talk about different things.
When you think about it, there's the old saying, how many skeletons do you have in the closet? Right? I am very interested in seeing that artwork, because it does. It can represent those aspects of you that you don't want to share that you don't want seen, that, skeletons. That's really cool. Yeah.
So October 8th from 10 to 4, it's $40. You get a meal, and there'll be several different things to make you feel aware of yourself, yoga, meditation. There'll be movement to release. Movement's very important to release tension and to be self-expressed. There's no judgment in movement. Sometimes we all say we can't dance, we can't move. Everybody moves, everybody dances. Sometimes when I do lectures, I'll have the kids come into a group and I'll have them do something mundane that they do every day, like brushing their teeth, combing their hair. And each one does, let's say we have 12 kids, each one does one movement. By the time we finish the 12, we've got 12 different movements. Mm-hmm. We play music, and they all go through that process of whatever it is, and they go, wow, so this is dancing. So dancing is, that's an important thing. Sound therapy, and it's falling into yourself. I'll come back and mention this again, but I want to make a pitch for Southern Art Dance.
Yes, please.
So again, we're an amazing umbrella. We have lots of things going on. We teach 3 to adults with the special classes. This weekend, there's something always every weekend. This weekend we have a murder mystery, and each room is has been designed into a different venue, and they're doing Malice in Wonderland.
Oh my!
And it's an interactive,
yes,
with dinner. It's an interactive event. Really lots of fun. We have our event. Your event. I always think
October the 8th.
The House of Light Southern Art Dance Signature Sunday. We're doing a children's performance, Peter and the Wolf, educational for kids 3 to 6 years old at the Nixon Black Box. And then our favorite community, family-friendly holiday Nutcracker in December. So, and then I don't know. I'm already planning next year. I don't know what.
All right.
And we have to start planning spring
as
well.
Yes, we'll be springing forward.
October 8th, 10 to 4, $40. Meditation, yoga, movement, sound therapy. Come fall into yourself.
I loved that when you talked about how everybody does something different in brushing their teeth, combing their hair, because everybody is an individual, even though we all come from the same divine intelligence, the same divine creator. We do present as individuals here on this earth, and that is why we call this Signature Sunday, because everybody has their own unique signature. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So really looking forward to this day with you, Paulo. Thank you so much for coming.
Inviting me.
Yes. And if you guys have any questions, how can they get a hold of Southern Art?
SouthernArtDance.org or 770-683-3724. We're online. The line's the best. Facebook, Instagram. Look it up. Everything we have. It's awesome.
Awesome. And you can reach us at thehouseoflight.com.
So after Saturday, if you, so right now we always have a pop-up as soon as you come into the website. And right now we have the Murder Mysteries coming up. As soon as that's over, as of Sunday, we'll have the next
sign up for the signature. Okay.
I suggest, we don't have tickets. You buy tickets at the door. But I do suggest you call either the House of Light or Southern Art Dance, and let us know that you're interested, just so that we have a head count for meals.
For lunch.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us here on Wisdom Cafe, 99.1 FM, WQEE, The Key.
You've been listening to the House of Light Presents the Wisdom Cafe on 99.1 FM WQEE. The House of Light, a wellness center at 29 Jackson Street here in Newnan, is a place for people to relax and find true healing. For additional information, 407-414-6711. Remember to tune in next week for another healing message from the House of Light Presents the Wisdom Cafe right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.